It's 7:59 on Tuesday night, and I am still editing today's video. Usually by this point in the day, I have yesterday's video already uploaded, and today's content is already recorded, ready to be edited tomorrow. It's just kind of this never-ending cycle of recording, editing, and uploading. Well, I'm behind right now, and to add insult to injury, I have no footage for today because I committed the biggest noob move of any video blogger, and that is I left my camera at work when the only exciting thing that I did today happened, which was we got Cody's car back finally, which I'll take you out to show you that since we really don't have anything else. At least you can say that I made a video today. Here is the big update on that, as much as you can see it. Brand new grill, which was completely replaced, as you remember. In fact, I still have what's left of it. Here's the before, here's the after. So that's all done, went through the insurance company. Total cost, which I'll put this back down, total cost because they had to replace the entire bumper as well and paint the bumper because apparently it was cracked down here from the turkey. Total cost was $1,100, a little over $1,100. Our deductible was $500. So that's all we had to pay to get this all done, but again, that's $500 that was spent. In addition to that, check this out, more snow that we got. I drove home in a terrible snowstorm tonight, just got home a couple minutes ago, and that's fitting timing for this because our furnace is officially repaired too, and I'll show you what's going on here. Just gotta grab this light. And this was actually the culprit. I mentioned the other night that they had to replace a nozzle down here, and then they replaced this motor on Sunday. This is Friday, they replaced some nozzle in here that injects the fuel oil. They replaced this motor on Sunday thinking it was this. I think that was about $100. This, I'm not sure, with a nozzle. It's $100 every time they come, I believe, so that was 100 plus 100 for the part. And then they came Monday morning, as I mentioned in my last video that it's going up right now. This thing was a problem. Whatever that motor is, it's inside there. That guy said it's a nightmare to deal with, and being that this is only 2 years old, he thought that wouldn't be an issue, but it was. And he said that's between $400 and $500 to fix, but as you can tell, the thing's running just fine, and we do have heat in the house, which is a good thing. There's no red flashing lights on this. But yeah, that was another little situation that was resolved. I'm just really dreading getting the bill for this because if they did charge me for each of the service calls, that'd be $300 for those 3 service calls, plus the motor, plus the parts, plus that thing. I might be into this to almost $1,000. I have no idea. I'm hoping they have some mercy on me. But yeah, back to my situation today. It was one of those things where as soon as I left work and we were going to get Cody's car, I was like, oh, this is kind of like the moment today that I should be recording. And we could have documented the whole thing, getting our car back. We kind of had an interesting day today because we took Cody's mom's car back to her, and Cody drove me to work, drove my vehicle to her job, picked me up at my job after she was done. We drove down, got her car. It was a whole bunch of switching and stuff. So that'd been kind of fun to document in this video. And I'm finding like these moments in my life now, like everything in my life now that I'm doing these videos every day, it's like I find these moments I want to record, I want to document this. My whole life has become a series of events that I want to document. I want to capture everything, and it's just, I mean, in my mind it's practical to do, but when other people are involved in situations, sometimes it's just not practical, maybe not healthy, I don't know. But I just want to have everything recorded as like a documenting of my life. And you know, there's all these things today that I missed because I didn't have my camera with me on that experience. But then I did some things after that. I went over to Walmart and I picked up a package that I got. If you see this huge stack of stuff over there, right there, as much as I can kind of point to it, they're all Lego hauls that I picked up and stuff that I'm going to be shooting for my Lego channel. And when I was at Walmart today, as I come back on this, sorry for the blurriness, it was sort of like, you know, the snow was coming down really lightly at that time, and it was like everyone is out kind of Christmas shopping, and it was just like this really cool experience, and I wish I could at least got a shot of it, you know, maybe not something super long, but just to have it. And I didn't have that. And then, you know, what did I do after that? I guess I went back to work a little late and finished out the night. I'm driving home and I'm thinking, oh, this would be kind of cool to get a shot of this snowstorm that I'm driving through because it was ridiculous. In fact, I almost wrecked the Nissan coming around, like when you get off a highway and you go up around this turn, like it kind of takes you around. It started fishtailing on that, so I was like, oh crap, there goes our other car. But fortunately I made it through that, and I didn't have it in 4-wheel drive because the roads when I started were just kind of wet, and then they got progressively worse. So I wish I would have stopped to do that, but I did eventually put it in 4-wheel drive because outside our house the roads are awful. But I got home safe, but my mind started going to like man, I'm working all day to make, you know, decent money, and then I may be sacrificing either my life or my car just for this measly day, and I'm not doing the thing that I really love to do and my passion, which is to make these videos. Like if I wasn't there all day, I'd have time to actually do meaningful videos, and you wouldn't have to watch me freaking sit here and talk about my day, and you'd actually get to see the things I'm doing. It's hard though when you're making these videos every single day, and when you work a normal job and you have a normal life like we do, it's hard to come up with something new every day. And like every day is sort of the same. And I think of these things. In fact, I made a whole list of stuff that I can make videos about, but I looked at the other day and I really I haven't used anything off my list. I don't think I really want to share it because there's some things on there I don't think I'd ever make videos about. I'm actually looking at it right here. But some of this stuff was things that I could have done when the weather was better. And that kind of goes back to the next thing. For these videos, it's like, now that it's winter, I'm stuck inside. How many times have you seen me inside my studio down here making videos? It just, I think it gets kind of old, and I'm kind of nearing the end of this, and I don't want to go out and sit, you know, sizzling out. I kind of want to keep doing this and make all these videos something I can be proud of. And this video that you're watching right now, as much as, you know, I may have a couple people, I don't know, maybe 100, 200, 300 people that watch every single video every day out of the 14,000 or so that actually subscribe to this channel over the last 5 years. I don't know where all these people are. I'd love to find out. I wish YouTube would unsubscribe people that haven't watched my videos in like the last, I don't know, 6 months or more. Just take them off there so I can get an accurate indicator of the people that are interested. And these daily video blogs kind of show that. I'd say of all the people that watch, there are probably literally, I would say every video has at least 300 or 400 views on it. 400 is probably about the norm. It goes higher if I have videos about Clark or the labs, which is, I think, the reason that most people subscribe. You don't want to see my boring life. I mean, look at it. This is my life. But here's a sneak peek of my list. I'm going to flash it. Hopefully you couldn't get a screenshot of that. But I have at least the whole left side of this filled, and then I have some ideas on things on the right side. Some of the stuff on the right column here is stuff that I'd like to do as almost like a podcast series or video podcast or something, which is something I've been thinking about doing, like some type of podcast, but that remains to be seen. I have some ideas on like grilling stuff, which now that kind of went out the way. I have some things on some home improvements I want to do, which is hard to do when I get home and it's dark. I have some Greg's Talks videos, which this is kind of like an example of that. You can let me know whether this is something you want to see for the future or not. I don't know. Maybe you do want to get to know the person you're watching. Like I'm right now, I feel like I'm probably talking to those 200 or 300 people that actually watch every day. And maybe you do want to get to know me more. In fact, I had a video Friday night when I came home to find the furnace issue. I had an idea for a video where I talked about my goals and where I plan to go over the next couple of years, because I think if you're watching a creator or somebody that's on, you know, making videos all the time and you follow everything they do, like maybe a couple hundred people are doing here, don't you want to know what motivates that person, where they're going, like what's this all for? And I wanted to make a video kind of outlining that, but it's so hard in my mind. Like I think about like how exactly would I go about explaining what drives me? And there's like 3 big goals that I have, which I'm not going to go into now, just in case I make that video, and I think I definitely will. But I want to give you my direction and what I'm working for, and maybe you can, you know, get behind me on that. Maybe you can relate to it. Maybe you can cheer for me as I accomplish these things in the coming years, because this is a long-term thing. If you're watching this video, we're gonna be going. I plan on doing this the rest of my life. I'm going to be making videos forever. So if you're subscribed and you know you're bored and you want to follow along with this, you're going to have a lot of content coming. And I'm not going to get too much into whether I'm going to continue the videos after 100 days. This is kind of like the thing that I want to avoid, is these kind of videos where at least when I started this, I felt like I was forced, but now it kind of feels like a therapy session, and it's nice to talk to somebody. I know, you know, I'm not actually talking to someone in person, but I know there's people out there that are listening, and I do enjoy your comments when people leave them. I read every one of them, and I do appreciate the positivity that I find there. I think the comment section on YouTube is sort of a reflection of the person that makes the videos. I feel like if I keep things positive, I think the comments stay positive. And if there isn't one that's positive, if there's something there that you know is just mean, which is it's like 1% of the comments, I delete it, and I usually block that person. You don't need to be around if you're going to be somebody that brings everybody else down or me down or talk trash about anything. So, but again, that's a far and few between. Usually the stuff's really positive, and it really uplifts me to see all that stuff. So I think I rambled on long enough for this video. I'm happy that this is going to be a very easy video to edit. I really don't have to do any cuts, so I can kind of get back on track, and then we'll come back tomorrow again with something new that I need to figure out what I'm going to do. That's a whole nother video topic. So thank you for watching this rambling video. If you're one of those people that watch the video every day, I really do appreciate that. That's awesome that you're willing to follow me like that. And I'm just really happy to make these, not only for you, just to have for my personal records, and just to see how things go by. This is my journal, my online video journal, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you for watching. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.